npm install bootstrap. We're gonna install bootstrap. So bootstrap is going to be used for, I'm actually going to open up a new terminal window. Bootstrap is going to be used for CSS, for styling, for the structure, everything. Okay, so in the folder structure, packet code, our code will reside inside the client folder, and then there we'll have the services, the containers, which will hold our smart components, and then the components folder, and then actually the pages folder. He left it out into the text, but you see there's the pages folder. So pages, services, containers, components, and so on. So we want to remove everything else. Now I'm not going to do that though, because I want to make sure that it all works with it and then without it. So you'll see what I mean. That's how I like to test things out. I'm not gonna remove everything right now. So inside the client folder, we have our folders right as is. I'm going to create a services folder. Services. Then I'm going to create the containers folder. Containers. Then I'm going to create components folder. Oh, we have those. And then the pages folder. New folder, pages, done. Okay. From there on, let's build the application. So we are actually, it's in the app.js, so we need to change that up as well. So let's go ahead and look at our app.js. We don't need any of this at this point. We only need the app.component, and we do not need this as well. We do not need this. Good. Sweet. And let's just go ahead and input this part. So this is our URL. So this is the router. And the router, in a way, if you think about it, is what tells the page where to go based on the URL. You know, it's based on the URL that it sees. It knows which controller to activate, which component to activate, which controller to activate, which template to activate, and so on. So in here, we'll tell them what the template is, what the URL is, you know, and what the component is. You know, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, that's all good. And we're going to replace our index.html file, which is in here. Now I wanted to make a disclaimer, I'm still learning Angular 1.5, so whatever I might say sometimes may be wrong, or sometimes may not be 100% true, but I will do my best to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. But again, I'm learning as you're watching. I do know Angular 1, but this is 1.5 is a new term for me. Oh, we need to import Bootstrap right here, which no problemo. Okay. Let's go ahead and I want to test it out. So before I do anything, I'm just going to test out how our application works and looks. Because if it doesn't work, then what's the point of going forward, right? It works. We got a white screen. Yay. Alrighty, let's continue on. We're creating navigation now. So gulp component name navigation. Inside here, boom, component navigation. So what are we doing? Gulp, so inside gulp, which I'll show you in this right here, gulp.config file. Where is it? Gulp. What the heck? Okay, so inside this file, gulp.babel. Okay, anyways. We have components, and with this, it's a task that creates a component. So it doesn't come standard with gulp initially. This is something that ng6 has created for us, which is great. So thank you, ng6. It has created a navigation file inside the components right here. So we've got that there. Let's add in the HTML file for this navigation. The navigation.html. navigation.html. We're gonna add this up. Voila. Sweet. Okay, this will act as a navigation bar. Directive will add active class based on the current app state. Okay. Finally, open the app.js file and actually we need to add the dependency. So when you create the component, you need to tell app.js that we have this component and this is how you get to it. Okie doke. Let's go ahead and do that. App.js navigation component. I'm just gonna copy this because there's no point of typing this as is. We do not need this though. So navigation component dot name. Sweet. Let's just test it out, I guess. Right? Let's do it. We've got our stuff. That's working. It's working. Oh, that's not working. Huh. So this is the part that makes me very angry. This Angular module, the problem with the Angular module defined. I've been trying to figure this out for like the past 2 times that I've been doing this project, and I haven't been able to figure it out. And so, you know, as I said, I started it out from the beginning, and I did a little by little, and the problem was this one small thing, and here it is. So we have the Angular module not defined, right? And it doesn't even tell you which module. That's crazy. And the whole problem was because of this. We're using Angular.name and component.name. If you remove that and you go back, voila. Like seriously? Seriously? And I think the reason why is actually because some changes have been introduced to this ng6 starter class, and what we've got basically is here. Let me show you. This navigation, the component TS, this .js file already imports it as a .name. So the .name is already there, and if we try to do it again, we get an error. Now, what is a .name, you might be asking? From what I've researched, .name simply exports the navigation names. It simply exports this name so that the Angular knows how to combine it, where to import it from. Basically, it just imports the name of the module. Pretty much it, from my understanding. Because I've been researching it by myself, and I couldn't understand it. But I think what it's doing is it's simply exporting the Angular module. So yeah, we're good to go now. Alright, so as you can see, if we change this to without the .name, it works perfectly fine, no problemo, and we've got it working. So whatever it says, whenever it says .name, we're not gonna put that in. Oh, we also need to put this navigation inside there, inside the HTML. And what this does, okay, cool, navigation. So this tells us, so this navigation component tells Angular, okay, here's the name of the component, or the HTML component that you need to look up, and it will look up through this name right here, component navigation. It will use that name, and it will run whatever's included. So it'll run through the controller or run through the template, and it will display in that specific HTML block. There you go. Create the home page, no big deal. Actually, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So look at that. We actually have something that works. Oh, why are you giving me an error? Okay, no error. Thank you. Appreciate that. Alrighty, so we've got our GoatLove stuff. Oh goats, oh goats. Let's create the home page. Nothing. As I said before, Goat component. So in here we're creating the component inside pages. you see this dash dash parent? It's telling it that create this component inside the pages folder, and that's what it's doing. And then we're going to open up the home.html and just simply replace this as well. The pages folder, we see we have the home page, replace this, voila, let's go back. Now go to the app.js folder, import the home component, and replace the state route template with the home-home. This will generate the home page component for a specific route. But for which route? The home route? Yeah, the home route. So if let's go ahead and in app.js, we have app.home, and we probably need to replace this. And what this tells us in the state, we have the app state, which is our parent state, and then the app.home state inherits from the parent state. So, and then inside the app.create, it inherits from the app state. All right, we've got our home, and this home tells us, okay, again, let's look up for a component named home, and it's gonna go in here, and it's gonna see that there's a component named home. It's gonna load the template. It's gonna load everything that's needed. Okay, I need to actually import this in here, so I need to do import. I cannot type today. Home compo. Oh, come on. From pages home-home. Perfectly. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and create. Well, I want to test it out, so let's not rush ourselves, because I like rush. When I rush, things go bad. Let's find love. Sweet, it works. Okay, so nothing's broken. That means we could go on. That is the end of part 2. Obviously, we got into a bit more complicated things this time, but I think it's getting a lot more interesting, and we're getting very close to the finish and getting this GoatLove application done. So have a great day and stay happy.